What if the most terrifying message from the stars wasn't a broadcast, but an object? What if that object wasn't just visiting but reporting back to something else? In 2025, officials confirmed the detection of our solar system's third interstellar visitor, an object designated 3I Atlas. But as they decoded its transmissions and analyzed its impossible flight path, they confirmed a fear that humanity has held for centuries. This wasn't a random rock, it was a messenger. Let's explore this together. The impossible visitor. What if our third confirmed interstellar guest wasn't just wandering through space, but navigating it? When astronomical networks like Pan-STARRS first detected 3I Atlas in early 2025, it shattered every known classification. Unlike previous interstellar visitors, it was traveling at an unusually high interstellar velocity of 45 kilometers per second relative to our Sun, on a trajectory with a hyperbolic eccentricity of over 3.5. But it was its behavior that was truly impossible. It executed deliberate course corrections, moving with a precision that defied any natural explanation. This wasn't a random rock. Its massive coma, a gas and dust cloud stretching 700,000 kilometers across, pulsed with a steady, repeating electromagnetic signal, unlike the chaotic outgassing of a comet like Hale-Bopp. The trajectory it took was impossibly efficient, using the gravitational wells of planets it passed as if it had a complete map of our system, a feat that takes our own probes years of calculation to achieve. The sheer energy required for these maneuvers, conducted without any visible propellant, suggests a technology that operates outside our known physics. As 3I Atlas carved a path through our asteroid belt with surgical accuracy, it became clear this wasn't an exploration, it felt like an arrival. When physics stopped making sense. Here's where the story takes a sharp turn from a scientific curiosity into a genuine threat. Most objects from beyond our solar system follow chaotic trajectories, their paths dictated by gravity. But 3I Atlas demonstrated something entirely different. Its path allowed it to drift past several planets in ways that maximized gravitational efficiency, a maneuver that reminded JPL engineers of complex gravity assist routes they designed for probes like Voyager. When celestial mechanics experts like Jacques Lascar from the Paris Observatory ran the orbital simulations backward, they discovered something statistically impossible without intelligent intervention. The path of 3I Atlas required navigating through dense meteoroid streams and planetary collision zones with a mathematical elegance that was simply breathtaking. Its trajectory deviated from a purely gravitational path by a measured 0.05 arcseconds per hour, a tiny but constant thrust that had no visible source. It moved like a grandmaster's chess piece on a cosmic board, avoiding every conceivable threat with a precision that suggested either advanced, long-term planning or sophisticated real-time control. This wasn't a random space rock wandering through the cosmos, it was, as some scientists began to describe it, exhibiting piloted behavior. The object that defied reality. When NASA aimed the James Webb Space Telescope at 3I Atlas, the data it sent back challenged our understanding of reality itself. The thermal readings were the first red flag. Instead of chaotic heat bursts, 3I Atlas showed a consistent thermal signature of 250 Kelvin, pulsing with a precision of microseconds. JWST's principal investigator for the observation, Dr. Jane Rigby, noted that the thermal stability was unnatural. Webb's spectrography then revealed hyper-reflective compounds that appeared artificial, a material with a near-perfect albedo of 0.98, reflecting 98% of all light, something not found in nature. But the most disturbing discovery was a faint electromagnetic pulse repeating every 147.13 seconds. It matched the signature of a real pulsar, PSRB 1919+21, yet the object had no magnetic field capable of generating it. It seemed to be mimicking a signal, a form of cosmic camouflage. Webb's infrared analysis also found structural patterns resembling recursive geometric fractals, leading some to float the terrifying consciousness engine theory, comparing it to theoretical concepts like a Matryoshka brain, but on a smaller, mobile scale. The combination of these impossible features in one object moves it from unusual to unequivocally artificial. Two visitors, one terrifying pattern. The mystery deepened significantly when researchers cross-referenced 3I Atlas's electromagnetic signature with archived data from Oumuamua, The comparison revealed something that honestly sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The exact same 147-second frequency had been detected briefly in Oumuamua's data, a faint 3 sigma detection that was initially dismissed as noise. The crucial difference was that 3I Atlas's signal was a powerful, sustained 50 sigma detection, an unmistakable beacon. This discovery, championed by controversial Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, completely reframed our understanding of both objects. Oumuamua had puzzled scientists, but now a disturbing pattern emerged. The evidence suggested that Oumuamua may have been a reconnaissance probe. If this theory held merit, then 3I Atlas represented something far more significant, not passive observation but active engagement. It was the difference between a single radar ping and a fully operational surveillance system. Some researchers now theorize that Oumuamua was the lock, and 3I Atlas is the key, designed not just to observe but to unlock something, whether buried on our planet or awaiting activation in orbit. When space objects make calculated decisions. The moment we knew for sure we were being actively monitored was the moment it changed course. Just as scientists believed they had mapped its future trajectory, the Very Large Telescope in Chile recorded a subtle but unmistakable 0.05-degree inclination shift, an adjustment of 180 arc-seconds. This wasn't the random drift of a comet. The object veered off its projected arc, aligning with a new vector that brought it closer to Earth's orbital plane. To mission analysts like planetary scientist Dr. Sarah Seeger, the implication was clear: this was a conscious decision. The maneuver occurred just 72 hours after the James Webb Space Telescope began its focused spectroscopic analysis, a time frame confirmed by NASA's Deep Space Network that rules out coincidence. This inclination shift is an incredibly energy-intensive move, and the action wasn't just responsive, it was almost defiant, a clear message that said, "We see you watching us." The mood at the DSN's Goldstone complex as they tracked this impossible change in real time shifted from academic curiosity to profound alarm. Ancient mathematics from the stars. As if its movements weren't enough, independent cryptographers at the SETI Institute, inspired by the lifelong work of pioneers like Dr. Jill Tarter, uncovered something extraordinary. Using Fourier analysis of the pulse's phase modulation, they found precise mathematical ratios hidden within the signal: the golden ratio, Fibonacci sequences, and the first 100 prime numbers encoded in binary. These weren't arbitrary concepts, they represent fundamental codes that appear throughout the natural universe. The precision of these patterns suggested a level of mathematical sophistication far beyond random cosmic noise. Even more disturbing was the dynamic nature of these signals. The mathematical patterns weren't constant, they changed subtly, reacting to solar activity and even our own radio emissions. Most chilling of all, researchers detected a brief disruption, a single skipped pulse that matched exactly with the moment James Webb first locked onto it. The object appeared to know it was being observed and had responded with a mathematical fingerprint that spoke a language older than human civilization itself. Organic chemistry from beyond the stars. It wasn't just a machine, it was carrying the very building blocks of life. James Webb's detailed spectroscopic analysis revealed its outer shell was coated in complex carbon molecules, and its NIRSpec instrument found evidence of adenine, one of the 4 nucleobases in DNA, via clear absorption lines between 260 and 280 nanometers. What was alarming was the purity and organization of these molecules. Unlike the chaotic racemic mixture of amino acids found in the Murchison meteorite, the compounds on 3I Atlas showed a 99.7% levorotatory excess, a homochiral signature that is a smoking gun for biological or artificial synthesis. Astrobiologist Dr. Heather Graham at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center found the conclusion both thrilling and terrifying. The terrifying implication is that if this is a seed ship, its purpose might not be benevolent. It could be preparing the environment for a subsequent colonization effort. The presence of DNA components suggests a biology that might be eerily compatible or dangerously competitive with our own. When Earth responded to the cosmic visitor. The connection between 3I Atlas and Earth became far more unsettling when a classified high-altitude surveillance balloon managed by the U.S. Antarctic program detected something extraordinary. The balloon's instruments recorded a powerful microwave burst at 23.5 gigahertz, sharp and centered precisely above the South Pole. At first it was dismissed as interference, but its timing aligned perfectly with another angular shift in 3Y Atlas's trajectory. Just moments after the burst, seismic stations that are part of the global seismographic network recorded ultra-low frequency rumbles across the frozen continent. These deep, resonant frequencies were a perfect 0.0068 Hz, the exact inverse of the 147-second pulses being emitted by 3Y Atlas. The synchronization was impossible to dismiss as a coincidence. Somehow, this visitor appeared to be influencing activity on our own planet, possibly triggering responses from systems buried deep beneath the Antarctic ice. The object wasn't just passing by, it was actively interacting with Earth in ways that suggested a technological sophistication far beyond our current understanding. The asteroid belt death run. Right now, 3I Atlas is navigating a cosmic minefield, and it's doing so with terrifying ease. Its current path takes it directly through the main asteroid belt, traversing the dense Kirkwood gaps at over 60 kilometers per second. Unlike most comets, which have highly inclined orbits, 3Y Atlas is cutting directly through the belt's core. Planetary defense expert Dr. Amy Mainzer, former principal investigator of the NEOWISE survey, noted that its 700,000-kilometer coma is interacting with millions of untracked objects. More astonishingly, minor course corrections have been observed, suggesting it's actively avoiding even meter-sized debris with impossible precision. This avoidance system must be processing the trajectories of over 1.5 million known objects in real time, a feat of computation that dwarfs anything on Earth. Its journey isn't a dangerous run so much as a demonstration of effortless superiority over a hazardous environment, adjusting its path by mere hundreds of kilometers to avoid potential impacts. Rewiring our solar system's neural network. Scientists have now discovered that 3I Atlas's interaction extends far beyond simple gravitational effects. Its complex, dusty plasma envelope is actively interacting with the solar system's magnetic field, creating what researchers are calling an electromagnetic web effect. As 3I Atlas cuts through the inner solar system, it could be generating packets of charged dust that flow along the sun's natural electric currents toward Earth, potentially triggering geomagnetic storms. But the most disturbing discovery is the most recent. Observations from the Allen Telescope Array show that 3Y Atlas has begun emitting a secondary signal, a lower frequency, longer pulse at 700 MHz pointed directly toward the Orion constellation. As SETI astronomer Seth Shostak noted, a signal not pointed at us is infinitely more chilling. Some researchers believe it's calling for reinforcements. Others think it's reporting back on its findings. But either way, one conclusion seems undeniable. This was never just an interstellar rock. This was a node, a probe, a messenger, broadcasting to something else that is still on its way. The universe has sent us messengers, and we are only just beginning to learn their language. The mysteries of Oumuamua and other interstellar visitors remind us that we are part of a vast, interconnected cosmos, filled with wonders we are yet to discover. The journey into the unknown continues. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the frontiers of science. Thank you for watching Stellar Tech.